Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And look at the fear and greed index. It's up slightly, 27 compared to yesterday at 22. I think it's because Bitcoin is up 3% at the time of this recording. The overall total market cap is at 1.3 trillion, a 6.9 increase over the last 24 hours. And we have in the top 100 coins by market cap some real winners. Dogecoin up 10%, Quant up 6%, Zinfin up 4%, and Celo, Nano, and Siacoin all have very strong double digits. Okay, moving along because this is getting so interesting. We know now who Ripple wants under oath. That would be Mr. William Hinman. They don't want anything of it, of course. They're going to push back as hard as they can because calling him turns the lawsuit against the SEC. Yeah, when you start a deposition, one of the things that must be said is go ahead and swear the witness. Many of you know that this was my call, and it was mostly because back in March, I did a research, bit of research for a video that I did on the skeletons, if you will, piles of them that Hinman has. And yeah, I said that Mary Jo White knows where the bodies are buried. And someone said Mary Jo White wasn't in the office when Hinman was, so she wouldn't know. Well, I disagree. Let me explain. There's only a 4-month difference from when Mary Jo White was there. She left in January 2017. Then Hinman came in May 2017. But what she clearly knows is what the opinion of Ripple was from the SEC point of view at that time. And the investigation started shortly after Hinman joined. And, well, she can pinpoint the policy changes. And it's very apparent who was keeping watch of the hen house. So, yeah, she can point to those dead bodies. All right, let me take a shift a bit. So many people talking about CBDCs. Quite frankly, for the retail investor right now in crypto, who is looking to make money, basically, I don't think this is the focus. And of course, it's my opinion, because rarely do you hear me talking about it. Mostly these are pilots and sandboxes going on still, and the central banks are focusing on the wholesale side, not the retail side yet. So when that shift occurs, yeah, I probably will pay more attention to it. But you also need to know that Ethereum and R3 are clearly the most active in regards to publicly coming out that they are being used. This is, this is quite interesting that the SEBA Bank, picked by France's central bank, they just wrapped up one of their pilots. And they did tweet out that they used Ethereum for that particular project. And I think what followed in that thread after they were asked which blockchain they used, this is so interesting. They said, certainly interesting to do something on Flare networks in the future. Wow. Wow, wow. I thought that was interesting. All right, if you're really into these CBDCs, then I'm going to point to one project that of everything that's got my attention in this regard, it is Project Jura. And it was kicked off on June 10th. It is a consortium of the Banque de France, Credit Suisse, Netaxis, R3, Six Digital Exchange, and UBS. And the reason why this one catches my attention is because Six Digital, which SBI has invested into big time, regularly tags Quant in their communication. And Quant, as you might have noticed, is up 884% year on year. And in the last 24 hours, they were just added to Coinbase. And they have the APIs ready for R3 Corda, Ethereum, and the Ripple XRP ledger, including Hyperledger, both Fabric and BESS, I believe it is. Yeah, so I just want everyone to pay attention to what's going on with Quant, because I think this is really going to go into some fireworks by the end of the summer. All right, I popped into a lot of Twitter chats regarding Bitcoin and El Salvador today. This is intra-peripheral. She is very active in the world of Twitter chats. I think she was going on for nearly 10 hours today, not the same chat room, but on different chats. And in one of her chat rooms, she had the member of the government from Tonga. Yeah, and these small nations are probably all going to follow El Salvador, in my opinion. Another very interesting chat was hosted by Peter McCormick. Even Caitlin Long was in there, and she was as a speaker. This momentum is just so strong, everyone. It needs to be paid attention to. This, I think, needs to be paid more attention to than CBDCs. Yeah, I think I've driven that point home enough. Mostly, these chat rooms are talking about how they're going to move Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. And I understand it's because they just haven't discovered Spend the Bits yet. You can hear this portion of Attorney John Deaton talking about Spend the Bits in a panel that he was attending, I don't know, about 14 hours ago. It was really good. It was really good. I don't know if the panel in its entirety is out there. I'm sure somebody did catch it. I would say listen to it, because there were a lot of strong opinions, and not all of the opinions were the same. Yes, Carol Goforth has definitely strong opinions that counter, I think, what most of the XRP community is thinking. But let me just play this portion for you, because, not only is Spend the Bits superior when you compare to the Strike app that uses the Lightning Network, but it also goes to show, and Attorney Deaton points this out, it goes to show how poorly the SEC investigated and how absurd it is to say Bitcoin is not a security, yet XRP burn is a security. It's just crazy. All right, listen to just this 1 minute.
Does anyone disagree? Yeah, I completely disagree. If you look at the complaint filed by the SEC, it has complete sections dedicated to trying to convince the court that there is no use. It actually has categories that are like 12, 14, 15 paragraphs therever that says there is no non-investment use of XRP. If you look at Telegram, there are pages of decisions where the judge makes a distinction between consumptive intent versus investment intent. And as final example is, we have a program, not me, but there's a program where of a company developer, no connection to Ripple, called Spend the Bits, where they actually move Bitcoin on the XRP ledger, and a fraction of the XRP is burned, but XRP is utilized as the product to move Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's not a security, but that fraction, less than a penny of XRP is, according to SEC, and that is not defensible.
And that is not defensible. Yeah, you tell him, Attorney Deaton. All right, Goldbug Lynette Zhang. She had a great video today, and I think it really ties in and is a perfect segue into what I want to make in my point of why we need to pay attention to what is going on with these smaller nations adopting Bitcoin as their legal currency. Have a listen right here.
It struck me as I was putting this together, and I just wanted to go over this with you. The Federal Reserve, the central bank of the United States, provides the nation with a safe, flexible, and stable monetary and financial system. Do they really do that? Because in my opinion, they don't. There's so many unintended consequences to their actions and their behaviors. But here's an intended consequence, and that is the CPI, the inflation, which now we are hearing ad nauseum. While this inflation is really kicking into gear, you're going to see prices noticeably go up. So keep track of this time. So many times people go and they're not really paying a whole lot of attention, and then they go, gee, did the price of that just go up? Yeah, but we are now entering a period of high inflation. They want you to think that it's transitory, but I got to ask you, does this look particularly transitory to you? This inflation is not transitory. Those prices do not come down. I'm telling you, you better be prepared for big inflation because it's going to be really noticeable and it's not going to be transitory. It could very well push us into hyperinflation. The only difference between inflation and hyperinflation is the speed of the inflation.
Yeah, I have one comment also, two comments. I was in Arizona for a couple of months helping a family member out, and I really wanted to go down to Phoenix and meet Lynette, but I didn't have the chance. But I so respect that she's keeping her channel focused on gold, because I see a lot of channels out there, including Kitco, who, if you look at Kitco, they have been the kind of professional Goldbug channel for a long time. Go back into looking at their videos about 2 years ago, and you'll see that they were never talking about cryptocurrency. And now Kitco is talking about crypto, I think, just about every day. So I do give a lot of respect to Lynette. She is a hardcore gold bug that does really good research. And if you have not discovered her channel, that's a channel you probably want to add to your must catch and watch. All right, so in Peter McCormick's video today, he had a sit down with the El Salvadorian president, Nayib Bukele, and you're going to understand that the steps that the United States is taking in all of this printing of money and causing this inflation to occur has a great effect on these smaller nations, especially those that use the US dollar. And I always want to play the portion here where he speaks to that.
Not becoming independent, because we're not, but at least becoming a little less dependent on the output of new dollars and the new inflation that's coming with those new dollars. And we don't perceive any of that, because when a country prints more money, there's a good side and a downside. The good side or the upside is that the government has more money to spend. The downside is the inflation, because you're just pouring in more money with no basis. But the problem with using an international currency that is not yours to print is that you're only absorbing the cost. I mean, now your dollars are worth less, but you're not getting any of the new printed money, because they didn't print it for you. So for a country like ours, and we're not the only country of the world with that reality, I think having Bitcoin as legal tender, even though nobody has done it before, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah, and he's, like he said, he's not the only country that is in that same position. And well, I just also have one more comment in regards to the geothermal. I heard some people making fun of this geothermal energy, and that is just so wrong. No, you're not going to put it on top of a volcano. I mean, hello. Geothermal energy is very clean, and it is an energy source that could, yes, be used for Bitcoin mining. Japan has been generating power this way for more than 50 years. In fact, Mitsubishi Power in Japan has fulfilled more than 100 geothermal power contracts with projects all over the world in 13 different countries. This is Beppu, by the way. This is a onsen town. There are lots of onsen towns. Onsen is hot spring. There are 3,000 onsen in Japan, a country that is 75% mountainous. I didn't look up how many volcanoes, but it's off the charts how many. But they can harness this power, and they do so also for other countries. This is a plant that was put into the Philippines for the Philippines to generate some power from that geothermal. And when you take a look at how it works, it's kind of simple. You've got the magma down here at the bottom, number one, and then you've got this reservoir of water, and then it takes it to the turbine, and the fourth is the generator, and then you can see it goes to the transformer, followed by the electric mains, and then you have a condenser and a cooling tower. And so, yeah, I don't laugh at his idea at all. I think people who were laughing at that idea need to do a little bit of research. And if you research, like I did, where the best onsen hot springs are in the Shimane Tottori region, the reason why I'm in this part of, whoa, Momo decided to join, why I'm in this part of Japan is because I had dinner last night with my banker friend. We get together once a month, and he's from Shimane, which is right here. And I asked him about Tottori. I have not been to Tottori yet, so I was asking him lots of questions. And he said that some of his high school friends love to go to Tottori for the hot springs because they are not popular or not crowded. Tottori is the least populated prefecture in all of Japan, and it's not really a place that people go to, so the onsen there are a little bit less expensive, and he said they're beautiful and just as nice as any other place that you might go to. There are, like I said, 3,000 to choose from in this country. And so the one I found, I found the one I want to go to. It is Kaike right here. It's so where my mouse is, kind of sits in this little, I would call like almost a natural bay. Let me just show you the picture of the room. Oh yes, that looks very nice. And you have your private water, which is really nice. So private water with a view of the water and a mountain in the background. Wow, does it get better than that? I don't think so. And then this is the outdoor infinity style that they have. I think this is for everybody's use. Looks pretty nice to me. All right, I have a big night and morning. I've got something happening. Yeah, June 25th. It's coming to you from all corners of the world. Oh, I need a deep breath. Yeah, I've got a lot to do. And so I'm going to end this particular video, get on what I need to do to get this executed. But I do want to say goodbye to John McAfee. And I'm going to miss you like so many other people are going to miss you. And I was so sad when I heard the news. So, yeah, makes me want to cry. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.